Bro, I honestly, I know exactly what's happening here. I know exactly what's happening here. This is honestly probably, this is horrible.
To your children.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do this, dude. This is very frustrating for me. So I'm just gonna do this like right now. I'm gonna talk about it right now. I'm not gonna really wait for people to come to the stream. Okay. The other day, somebody sent me this video here. It's called Dear Killick. She's only 15. And I watched through it. Now, right now, I'm just waiting for the monetization to be reviewed on the video. Whether it gets monetized or not is whatever. I'd like it to be monetized, but it's just waiting. So this one, might come out beforehand. I don't really know. Whatever. But anyway, we watched this video, and this video was horrible. Basically, this YouTuber named Killick, he's a young black kid. Let's see, hopefully he still has his account. Good, he still has his account. Okay. Just some young black kid, 17 years old, right? Got into an issue with their son on Roblox. This is what it boils down to. It was Roblox beef. It was immature Roblox beef. And in that, he started talking about the kid's sister and his mom. Now, is it right? No, absolutely not. We definitely need to like normalize. We have to remove the toxicity from video games. Right? Now, we know these games are incredibly toxic, and people who play it are toxic. It sounds like the brother also was complicit in trolling as well. Maybe not to the same degree, but also doing a bad thing. Right? We do need to get rid of it, because some of the things he was saying was something about, yeah, I know, you're laughing because it's Roblox beef. This is insane. Okay. So, obviously, what he did was immature, and needs to stop. But you have a 17-year-old kid doing this. Now, the appropriate response would be like, hey, you need to stop doing this. The B family's response, these two... I don't know if it was intentional or not, but they somehow decided he was 19. There was nothing to suggest he was 19. If you look at his Twitter, which is linked to his videos, it says he's 16. And if you look through his Instagram, it says he's 17. So his 17-year-old kid was trolling with the 16-year-old kid on Roblox, and then he made some inappropriate comments about their daughter, 15 years old. Every right to be upset. They came in. I could only assume intentionally changed his age to 19 to make it seem like a pedophile thing. Amounted him or likened him to like a rapist. It was insane. And they tried to deplatform him. The video was ridiculous. It was a massive overreaction. Okay? This was trolling between two people, two kids, and it definitely needs to stop. And they decided that he was a predator. It was insane. They contacted their YouTube rep. They tried to get their YouTube rep to deplatform this kid. They said some wildly ignorant things. When my video releases, it'll go through all the specifics. But for now, they made a part 2. And here's the one thing that I do know. I know the video is monetized, and I know it's the best video that they've made in a long time, and that's why there's a response video. Let me speak. There's nothing to speak about. There's nothing, okay? This isn't victim blaming. This girl, right? Let me explain to you exactly what happened so we know. Killick and the B family brother, right, were in Roblox. They were playing Roblox together, okay? In some capacity. They were trolling each other, and Killick took it too far by talking about saying that, like, he wanted, like, his sister was a porn star, and that his mom was hot. It's completely inappropriate and shouldn't happen, and there's a conversation about misogyny there, too, that it's so normal to do stuff like that. But nobody's a victim here. This is really... Right, we have a 17-year-old kid and a 16-year-old kid trolling over an incredibly toxic video game. There's no victim here. There's nothing here. They got more views than they ever do, than they ever normally do on their video, right? If you look on their page, their traction isn't particularly great, right? 60K, which is fine. I don't care. I mean, my traction isn't either, but who cares? But what do we got here? 1.2 million views, weaponizing sexual assault and pedophilia. That's 100% what it is. Overreaction. This shit's it's complete overreaction. But they got a lot of views. So now they have another video, Let Me Speak, from a girl who wasn't even part of the trolling. Okay? There's nothing here. She's not a victim. Nobody's a victim, and it's very frustrating because we talk about very intense narratives like sexual assault on this channel. They're just diminishing it. This is view bait. I guarantee it. There's nothing else it could be. 17-year-old kid out of pocket, but nobody's a victim here. Okay. But anyway, let's watch the video so that we can honestly cringe.
Previous video that we filmed, I asked our younger audience to log off because the content was not appropriate for those of you under 18.
Right, I'm assuming what you're really doing is you're trying to get past the 30-second mark so you can get a nice monetization status. Get on your grind, but don't pretend you actually care.
That does not apply to this video. This video is for everyone.
Right.
We had not intended to film any follow-up videos.
But you got so many views, you did. All you have to say, like, bro, all we need to say is, hey, we need to, like, reduce the toxicity in video games. Your son is part of the problem, by the way. This is one of, like, the son was trolling the other kid, too. He had, like, his fans raid the kid's stream or some shit. Bro, this is the most cringe shit ever, is, like, when you don't think your kid can do anything wrong. That's what's happening here. That's what's happening here. That's all it is. That's what's happening here. Like, mom and dad are getting involved in something that they don't need to be getting involved in. Like, yeah, the kid needs to not be trolling. But you guys are insane. This is cringe, bro.
That was never the intention of our family. It was only because Gabby came into my room saying, Mama, I want to speak. This is all about me, and I haven't been able to speak. And I want to make something perfectly
I wonder what she's going to say.
Clear to those of you that are now challenging us in our integrity.
My God.
Silence is not an admission of guilt.
What does that mean?
Silence is very powerful.
I don't know what's happening.
When you are dealing with toxic people and toxic environment.
I wish you guys would be more silent then.
Silence just means that I'm not engaging with you. I'm not doing this. Furthermore, silence is because we are in the process of seeking legal counsel.
For what? What do you mean legal counsel? What are you talking about? Legal counsel? You guys are fucking insane. This can't be real. Because the kid was trolling too much. And he trolled your kid that was trolling him back, and he took it too far. That's what this is about. Legal counsel for what? He should be seeking legal counsel for you lying about his age. This is insane, bro. Legal counsel for what? What is happening here? What are you doing, B family? Bro, honestly, you're really, like, just stressing the shit out of a 17-year-old boy just trying to make it on fucking social media. Like, that's all you're really doing. That was a little edgy. There's a lot of edgy content creators. Like, I don't understand. If you made a video that was like, hey, this isn't okay, it's sexist in these capacities, you shouldn't do it anymore, I'd be 100% with you. But you guys are playing the fuck out of this.
That's why I didn't want to put out anything else.
You know, I just want to say something, man. With the way that you're interacting with this situation, Mother B, your kids are going to have very sad, lonely lives. People aren't going to want to be around them. Because this is insane. This is literally insane. This is insane. This is I'm fucking flabbergasted. Seeking legal counsel? Come on, bro. What?
I just wanted to protect my family, but when Gabby expressed her wishes, which is another point that we'll touch upon later,
sure.
She said, Mama, I want to speak.
Mama, I don't have any friends. I'd like to speak to you because nobody wants to be around me.
This video, if this is all because of me, although I had nothing to do with anything. So as a mother...
It's because your son was trolling another kid and they trolled each other and the other guy took it a little far. This is all it is.
I am respecting her wishes, and the reason why I am here is to protect her and to make sure that everything that she says can also not be held against her.
I can't wait to hear what she has to say that you coached her on so that you can check her to make sure she said the right thing that you told her to say. I'm really excited about this.
You know, there's a number of attacks that are being directed at our family.
Who? What do you mean? Who's attacking you? What?
But I wanted you to hear directly from us the truth or our side of the story about some of the accusations.
You already gave us your side of the story. What do you mean?
But most of all, I wanted you to hear directly from Gabby what this has done to her, how she feels about all of this, because she hasn't had her say yet. So
it's really not that big of a situation. Her feelings would be like, oh, that was shitty. And then that would be a move on. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Gabby, the floor is yours. The stage is yours. What do you want to say?
All right, Gabby, let's see what you have to say.
Being a girl in this situation and being targeted as a girl is very, very hard. I have never spoken to this man in my life.
I really just want to reinforce this thing because I feel that this is intentional calling him a man. I do genuinely feel that because they randomly decided the kid was 19 when he was really 17, and it was to promote a narrative that he was like some kind of a predator towards her. And so, like, I know that they're reading off a script, and I know she's coaching her, and what he did was wrong. I'm going to continuously reinforce it, but it's like it's not an irredeemable wrong. Like, it was not good. He said something about his the kid's sister when he was on a stream because the kid was trolling him in some capacity as well. But so I just want to reinforce, like, he's not really a man. Okay?
I've never had any contact with him.
Okay.
And I feel that I should say what I want to say.
Sure.
I'm not going to stay silent any longer, and I'm not going to let this person dig into me. And
bro, this energy is too intense for this. I don't think it's inappropriate for her to make a video and say, hey, listen, you know what? I think it's really inappropriate that, like, when young boys play video games, they go right to your mom and to your sister, and they sexualize them as a way to troll other people. Because that's what happens. Young men are toxic, and they say your mama and your sister. Because that's what it boils down to. I think it's a good message because I think that the gaming community can be very toxic. I was part of it at some point. But the energy that's being carried here is as if, like, I don't even know how to explain it, as if like this was like the Brock Turner situation, which is far from. Like, there's no trauma here. I would be maybe frustrated, but you're not a victim of sexual assault. And I feel like that's the energy that's being dumped into here. This is a very classic example of like weaponizing it. And I don't blame her. I blame her and the dad because they're projecting this narrative onto their kids to try to legitimize. What I think happened is that they overreacted harshly, and they're getting very small criticism, you know, because they're big content creators and they can do whatever they want. But that criticism is really upsetting them. So now they're using their kids to like justify it, like to double down on their horrible dog shit narrative. And also they're making money, so.
Lies about me and my family and the people that I love any longer.
What are you talking about?
But it does get to a point where it's hard when people are doing things to you and you feel like you can't do anything in that situation. So I really want to speak up and show you.
Go raid his stream like your brother did. Go at, dude, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happened. Like, let's not pretend that their son wasn't part of the problem. The son was trolling him in like a Roblox game, had all of his friends like fucking gang up on him and beat him up. And he's like, oh, that's the B family, brother? Well, I'm going to fuck your sister or whatever. Like, that was what it boils down to. It's still inappropriate, but like, you know, like, what the fuck?
That I have a strong character that doesn't only tell jokes in videos and doesn't only make stupid posts on Instagram and funny, weird TikTok.
You guys tell jokes on your videos? I don't even know what your content is, to be honest with you. Let's see. Oh, like an anti-mask joke. Okay. Weird.
Ready? Okay.
Frank, sir, instantly regrets it. Alright, let's mute it so we don't get DMCA'd. Well, actually, it might mute itself. I don't know. Whatever. That was the joke, is that when you went to knock on the door and she had a sword. Well... You're not funny. Sorry.
TikToks, like, I want you to know that I
just wanna...
only make stupid posts on Instagram and funny, weird TikToks, like...
I think funny was an exaggeration, but okay. I imagine that this would be humorous to your family of people who think everything is a mortal sin.
I want you to know that I have a voice too.
Okay.
And that just because I'm a girl doesn't give you the floor to objectify me.
Okay. That's
So
fair.
now I want to discuss Killick's live streams. One of them in which I think he said, like, the B family lied. We didn't lie about anything.
Oh, yeah, you guys lied a lot. You guys said that he was 19 when he was 17. You talked about how he was a rapist and he was a child predator. You guys 100% lied. You guys are incredibly manipulative and disingenuous. Like, it's an objective fact. Like, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. You guys are dumb. And it annoys me because I don't like when people weaponize these narratives because they're very serious. When you falsely accuse somebody of being a rapist and a pedophile, you are just diminishing people's perspectives on those claims. Okay, all you're doing. So now when somebody else makes a valid claim, they're going to go, well, maybe that's not so valid because look at these dumb fucks. They're lying about somebody doing a bad thing. You understand what I'm saying? You guys lied and you're wrong. And what you did is worse than what he did, objectively. I'm sorry, but it's insane. This is insane.
The only thing we got wrong was his age. Age doesn't play a factor because nobody should be saying that.
Yes, it does, because you guys were saying that he was a pedophile. So, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
About a 15.
I don't know how you got it wrong. It doesn't make sense that you got it wrong. This is the thing that people aren't thinking about. They're like, oh, it just got the age wrong. What? Not a big deal. It was only 2 years. It was only 2 years, guys. It was only 2 years. How did you get 19? His Twitter said 16, and his fucking Instagram said 17, and you made up his age to be 19. It is a big deal that you got his age wrong. It's a massive deal because it completely deconstructs half of the narrative you were trying to push, which was that he was like a fucking pedophile in your video. It was insane, and you just made it up. There's no way that you got 19. There's no way. It's not even like a conceivable error. It doesn't make sense. You literally could not have gotten that age unless you intentionally made it up. I don't know what other explanation you could possibly have for getting the age wrong. It doesn't make sense, and it's a problem. Because, like, to me, it suggests that they're like, oh, small creator that did something a little bit wrong. Let's overreact and try to deplatform him and lie about his age to try to, like, rope in sexual assault and pedophilia into it. It's a big deal. This lie was a huge deal. You can't undercut that. It's so fucking insane. It's insane.
15-year-old. Killick doesn't play a factor because nobody should be saying that about a 15-year-old.
Sure, nobody should be saying that about any woman. Nobody should be talking about how you want to fuck the mom or the sister of the person you're playing with. But that doesn't make this a high crime.
Killick is to a point where he's so aggravated that he's using any single piece of information he can about us.
Bro, Killick is a 17-year-old black kid with 30,000 subscribers getting completely character assassinated by a channel that's gotten 200,000 followers since you've weaponized sexual assault and pedophilia like 3 days ago. Why wouldn't he be upset? You're lying about the narrative against this kid. You're lying about the narrative. Are you what?
Also, the fact that he's making hour-long live stream, even like 10, I think I saw a live stream that was 10 hours long, and he's just talking about us.
Are you like you must be you guys must be brain dead. Okay, so like here's a quick lesson for you guys. Here's how this works, right? Let's say, oh, I didn't know Keemstar covered the beast situation. I'm gonna go take a watch that. Let's say I make a stream and I stream for 4 hours, right? And the first thing I'm gonna talk about for the day is the B family. I just named the stream the B family, and then I talk about other things after. It's such a like an easy like no brainer there. I wonder where the Keemstar thing is. And now the kid's covering the situation because he's getting deplatformed by you guys for no fucking reason. Okay, here we go. You guys made it into the Keemstar video. Let's see what he has to say.
Almost 10 million story, massive. Which one is it? And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our final story. Massive family channel known as the B Family with almost 10 million subscribers. They uploaded this video titled Dear Killick, She's Only 15. Yikes! Now, in this video, they explain that this streamer known as Killick said a bunch of sexual things about their 15-year-old daughter.
So in the first 5 seconds, he uses a word that should never, ever, ever be used. And
they're referring to the N-word, by the way, with an A, because the black kid said the N-word with an A. That's why they are saying that. I just want you to know. I just want you to know that. That's one of the things that I was like, what? Because, like, listen, it's fine if you don't think anybody should say the N-word. I'm fine with that. But to sit here and be like, you really, no one should ever say that word. Like, bro, it's some fucking a black kid saying the N-word, like, cope. It's not that big of a deal, bro. It's not that big of a deal.
It already goes into the over-sexualization, language of a 15-year-old child. Okay, here we go.
Like, you get a dick down. Like, she's getting bald.
Killick.
Yeah, it was inappropriate.
Killick, if you are watching this, and I'd bet my next paycheck that you are going to watch this.
Okay.
That is no way to speak to women.
Low-key stretching? They are massively stretching.
Or about women. You do not know us.
Yeah, I had to mute a lot of that stuff, but the B family is basically saying that his comments were P comments. You know what I'm talking. Now, Killick responds and says, look, bro, I'm 17. I'm underage myself. And he said the only reason why he made those comments is because the son in the B family started trolling him in the game. Like, basically, this feud started in Roblox.
Bro, listen. You know, I've called out Keemstar a lot when it comes to a lot of different things. Like some of the social narratives, you know, 100%. But like, you know, I you know, this, what was the last thing that happened? The Sniper Wolf thing? I think he did the right thing. And on this so far, he's doing the right thing. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like...
The son of the B family and Killick are beefing in the game, talking smack. Allegedly, the B family's son raided Killick's stream, and that's how all of
Ah! I clicked the button.
made the Killick are beefing in the game,
I pressed the
talking
button,
smack. Allegedly, the B family's son raided Killick's stream, and that's how all of this even started. So I don't know, guys. What do you guys think about this situation?
Listen, I didn't expect like a super in-depth thing from Keemstar. He has like a, like, you know, he does like drama, like short, like, hey, here's what's going on. Here's my little take on it. But that was sums it up. They were trolling each other, and then it went a little too far, and now the kid's being called a fucking child predator. That's what happened. That's what happened. Sorry, Keemstar. Somebody made this video about you, and somebody asked me to watch it, so I probably will. Maybe not today though. Anyway, only because I'm not gonna have time. Anyway, that's what happened, and that must be what this video is in response to. The Keemstar thing.
When people are drowning, right, and they're going down into the dirt,
Yeah.
they will try to grab at anybody and anything that they can
Yeah, like you guys. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
to take down with them instead of them rising.
Bro, you know, I'm like, one of the reasons I'm super irritated about this is because I understand how this 17-year-old fucking kid feels for being like absolutely bullied by them. Like we look at this situation. I'm looking at this as a content creator. I'm looking at it as a content creator, like who, like every other content creator, has failed in some capacity and done the wrong thing. I've done things I feel were worse than what Killick did. Killick's a young kid who's fucking up and needs to learn so he can become a better content creator. I've said some dumb shit. I talk about it all the time. We're not going to go into it right now. But I understand the stress that you get when you get hit, especially when there are cases where like you don't deserve it. Right? Because I've been there too. There's times where I've deserved hate. There's times when I haven't. This kid's getting beat down. He's a 17-year-old kid. Like, dude, he's gonna fucking, like, this kid might fucking kill himself. I'm not kidding. That's how toxic this shit gets. And they're sitting here fucking forcing a narrative. And this kid really, like, I'm not fucking kidding. Over a nothing. Over him going a little too far and he just needs a slap on the wrist. This kid might literally fucking kill himself because of these people. And that's not an exaggeration. Because, like, I know how it feels to get fucking hit as, like, a 30-year-old. Like, I couldn't imagine being a 17-year-old fucking kid, man. And, like, getting completely shit on for nothing. It's fucking crazy.
And people think that just because you're hiding behind a webcam on YouTube Live doesn't give you the option to make comments and nasty, vulgar references about my body.
Sure.
Because there's a human being that you're talking about.
There's a person. I'm a person. I have a brain. I have feelings. I have a heart.
I don't know, man. We know. Like, I was gonna make a joke about how she probably doesn't have a brain because she didn't got her genes from these people. But, like, again, you're over. Like, yes, you deserve to be upset a little bit. You're overreacting.
And there are so many other things.
Is she really gonna try to make herself cry? Did you really tell your daughter to make herself cry? What are you, stabbing her in the leg with a fucking knife under the table? What is happening here? What is happening? Either this is exaggerated or you've raised such weak-minded kids that she's actually crying over this. Bro, come on. Are you fucking serious, dude? Like, I'm sorry, but this is just not... We know all the facts of the situation. We know all the facts. This isn't like an open for interpretation. This isn't a delicate conversation about like a very fucking nuanced topic. This is insane. Okay? Okay, we cover these nuanced topics every day. We cover very sensitive topics. This isn't one of them. And they're trying to gaslight you into thinking it is, bro. This is the new age, man. People are weaponizing real shit to try to fucking, like, become victims.
That you should be doing right now as a 15-year-old girl. But instead, we are defending
Sorry,
ourselves.
I'm just like...
She's fucking crying! What are you doing? There's no way this is real. And I'm not going to pretend to be upset about it or like, oh my God. Bro, you're lying about a 17-year-old kid saying he's a fucking rapist and a predator. That kid might actually kill himself. That kid that you're bullying right now might actually kill himself because of all the bullying that a 10 million follower channel is pushing onto a 30,000 fucking channel. Do you think I care that your stupid fucking daughter is crying? This kid might fucking kill himself, bro. I'm not even kidding. This is insane. This is insane, bro. This is insane. This is fucking insane. Holy shit. I'm fucking flabbergasted. What's happening, dude? This is, bro, I hate to say it, but this is like the fucking 1950s where you have like some fucking white kid crying that a black kid fucking attacked her and then they hang the fucking black kid. I'm sorry for bringing like race into it, but like if you've seen the first video, which we did, it's so bizarre how racially motivated it feels. They even make a comment about how people with that need like fucking therapy shouldn't be on social media and shouldn't have platforms. I don't like to like play the fucking idpol game. But this is what it feels like, and I know they'll say, we're Hispanic. Listen, shut the fuck up. You're very white passing. Okay? Bro. I have no fucking sympathy for you. If you're genuinely crying, that's sad. Okay? That's sad. Okay? I don't know what to tell you, okay? But listen, you know, when I grew up, we would fall down the stairs. We'd fall down like a flight of stairs. And my mom would go like, is the floor okay? And I'd say, yeah. And that's how she knew I was actually okay. And she'd be like, you're all right. I cried less from falling down flights of stairs than your daughter is for you trying to fucking like harass a 17-year-old.
Trying to hold back the tears because it's so scary for other girls. Like,
you really think it's scary for other girls? Like, not for nothing, but like here's the thing. I've talked to other girls. They think that somebody like Killick is like an annoying man. He's an annoying kid. He's just annoying and he's dumb. That's what they think, right? I want you to know, women aren't actually like fucking like taking their own lives over like your mama jokes and your sister jokes on the internet. Just letting you know that that's the thing. Okay? It's annoying and it needs to stop. But this?
I can't hold back the tears because it's so...
She's not even crying. I can do it too. I'm so fucking sad, bro. Somebody called me fat online the other day. They said, Papa Guy, I think he's fat online or something. Like, it really upsets me. And you need to understand. It's not right, bro. It's just not right, bro. Somebody called me fat online. Now, as you can see, I'm a better actor than she is. Because I'm actually crying a little bit. I'm actually a pretty good actor. Okay? Bro, shut the fuck up! This is insane. I'm talking to the mother. Because that's a kid. I can't yell at a kid. But I can yell at the mom. I can yell at the mom, bro.
Scary for other girls.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. I never cry.
You never cry.
I never cry
No, I doubt that.
ever. And I never want to cry.
Hold on a second.
Sorry, guys. I never... Because it's so scary for other girls.
Wait a minute. You know, something feels a little sussy to me. Little sussy here. Hold on.
Trying to hold back the tears.
Okay, so we have her pretending to cry here.
Scary for other girls.
Now there's no tears. There's a screen cut right there.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. I never...
And all of a sudden there's a tear down here. How do I feel about that? How do I feel about
Because
that?
it's so scary for other girls.
How do I feel about this?
Like, I'm sorry, guys. I never cry.
How do I feel about this? Where's the... What's happening here?
Because it's so scary
So she's not crying at all here. She's not even close to crying.
for other girls.
Right? Her eyes aren't even watery. Or red.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. I never...
And then we jump and she's all of a sudden she's crying. She has one tear on her face. I mean, she already told us she never cries, so this is clearly a lie. Come on, bro. Are you kidding me? It's a white woman moment. For real, bro.
Cry?
You never cried.
I never cry ever, and I never want to cry on social media, but...
You can turn the camera off. I don't want to tell you, bro. What are you talking?
If it takes this to show you what it really does to people, then I will show my true emotions.
I don't know if you know how to do that, man. It sounds like your parents have dampened. I think this was that she's what, 15? 2013 is when they got famous. So what was that, 9 years ago? So she was am I getting 6 when they got famous? Yeah, man, you grew up as a family vlogging channel. There's no way you've had a healthy upbringing in any capacity. You're a family vlogging channel. Your entire life has been viewed through the lens of drama and like social media. Like, you're already fucked. I'm sorry, but like, bro.
I'm not for people who sob on social media and try to gaslight their followers and make them feel bad.
That's what you're doing, like, literally. Actually, you know what? She's just listening to her psychotic mom, psychopath of a mother and father. Maybe the dad's behind the camera. You better fucking cry! Right? He's probably doing that. Screaming at her through the camera.
But this is serious.
Okay.
And I don't want for there to be a future for young girls like me.
Me neither, man. I hope that all family channels go away, because we should not have young girls growing up on social media. It is a problem. You guys are fucking crazy.
To experience this fear of being online, I want platforms like YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and Instagram to monitor.
What about TikTok? Why don't you got to talk about all of them? TikTok, LinkedIn, you know. What else is there? What other social media? Snapchat? I don't know.
The people that they put on a platform.
Dude, see, this is just like, hey, get rid of Killick, get rid of Killick, get rid of Killick, get rid of Killick. This is quite literally the white girl crying to get a fucking black guy in trouble. I'm sorry. Yeah, you forgot Napster. MySpace? Reddit? Come on, bro.
I don't want people to think that they have free range to say whatever they want to say and not realize that their actions have consequences.
You have to realize your actions have consequences! The consequence of Killick's action is to say, hey, what you did, listen, I will sit down with Killick and explain to him why what he did was wrong. I'll say, listen, here's the genuine thing. I understand that to you it's just trolling. You're a young man on the internet, and I understand that you were responding to trolling from somebody else on the internet. But what you have to understand is that, like, generally speaking, the feminine perspective, the woman's perspective, the female perspective is not well represented online. That's the reality. And while to you it doesn't mean anything, these kind of comments can have like a profoundly negative impact on people. I think that a really good example of this is the Pokimane situation. Like, if you look at Pokimane, like, this is something that took me a while. Like, I remember on the Pokimane thing, and I was like on Gideon's side. I was like, hey, yeah, what he did was shitty, but it wasn't that big of a deal. And then I listened to Pokimane talk about how it made her feel. Which was much worse, by the way, than what happened to this girl. And I was like, you know what? I get that. Now it makes sense. Like, she was upset. She's like, you're degrading me, and you're talking in the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It makes sense to be upset. So you shouldn't do that, because you have to be more aware of like the way that women are going to interpret your words. And then you'd be like, okay, man, I won't troll like that anymore. That's it. But this is insane. I know that you keep telling me to look at the comments. Just shut the fuck up. I know that the comments are going to be sitting there like jerking them off. Like, I know that. Thank you. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, well, I mean, let's see. Oh my God, you're so brave. Oh, look, everybody's so proud of you. I already know what it's going to say. I already know it's going to be like, oh my God, Gabby, you're a saint. Okay.
I want people to know that you should feel safe on the internet.
That's a tough claim, though. Let me just tell you, the internet is not a safe place. It is fucking brutal, bro. It is fucking brutal. It is hard to feel safe with it. But anybody, it doesn't matter who you are, brother. Especially when on Roblox, online video games. Sheesh.
It's okay, baby. Take your
All right, hurry up. Can we skip through the fake crying?
I've never felt so overcome before, and I try to hide behind my videos and my TikToks and make it seem like everything's okay and post pictures with my friend and let you guys know that I'm doing okay.
Can we just acknowledge something here that nobody's acknowledging? She never would have heard about this if her brother didn't like troll this kid. Like, see, here's the thing. Killick is a small streamer that said a thing online, right? And it didn't really get any traction until they responded. The video had like 1,000 views until they decided to blow it up. It wasn't real from an online perspective, which I'm not a 10 million fucking whatever, but like little criticisms don't actually matter to anybody, and she wouldn't have even heard about it. It's the big criticisms that impact you. This wasn't a big criticism. This wasn't like two big fucking content creators shitting all over each other. This is like a small streamer getting into getting trolling with your brother, who is a fucking little turd also. Okay? I don't know what to tell you, bro. Fucking cry to your brother for being a pussy and not being able to deal with it himself. I mean, he tried to raid. By the way, raiding somebody's stream is a bannable offense, which is what he apparently did. So, if anything, he should lose his gaming channel for raiding for raiding Killick's stream. I'm just saying, bro.
But inside, it's really eating me up because people like Killick think that he can.
People like Killick. What, black people? Like, what is people like Killick? Gideon? The Gideons of the world? He's a little bit like Gideon. He's a little edgy. Oh.
Go on YouTube Live and say anything about my family.
Oh, your family sucks, so I'm gonna do it as well.
Not realize what it's actually doing. And so, yeah. That's just my message to you.
Okay, well, I didn't receive it very well because it's fake, so.
And I'm really sorry for getting so riled up and crying. I really don't want you guys to see me like this, especially my fans.
It's okay. It's okay. We haven't actually seen you cry, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think you're
And followers.
justified. I think you're justified. I think people need to see the reality
of
what this does.
I'm done,
I think that they actually think that they're making a point, which is the saddest part about this.
like, hiding behind a smile and, like, hiding behind the silly content that I make and people not taking.
Bro, this comment actually sent the fuck out of me, but like internally. So first time viewer, someone said, can we make a point that that there's probably a much higher chance of predators being their actual fans and consuming their content? And that's more of a threat than Killick. Sorry, keep thinking of Gideon. Which is kind of true. Why do you think YouTube implemented the thing where like you can't comment on kids' videos? I'm just saying, bro. What percentage of do you think is like really gross men that watch your content for really like inappropriate reasons, bro? Just saying, dude. It is true. It's a good point.
Taking me seriously, like, this is really serious, guys. I don't even know who this guy is. Like, I don't even have any history with him. I've never
Yes, we already know. This is what happens on video game trolling, bro.
spoken or exchanged a word with him in my life.
Okay.
So, as far as history goes, maybe this is a good time to bring your brother in and give you a break.
Yeah, bring your brother in so he can explain how he trolled this kid and the kid responded. Let's see how
The
it
reason
works.
why I wanted you to be here is because I want to make it perfectly clear, because people are saying that this all happened
Are you also going to cry?
because my son bullied Killick.
Yeah, you kind of did. Listen, I'm not even going to call it bullying because I don't give a fuck. You guys were trolling each other, and then this is what happened. I'm not even going to say he bullied him. I think he started it, which is shitty, of course. But fucking bullying? Bro, Killick seems like the kind of young man who can handle trolling on fucking Roblox. Just stop. Shut the fuck up. Your kid started it, though. You're a little asshole, and you're making it worse. You're raising your shitty kids by doing this, by the way. If it was my kid, I would have said, did you start it? Personalize this. Imagine you had a son and a daughter, and you had a loving family, unlike they do, because clearly they don't love each other. And your young son came in after playing Roblox, and he's like, Dad, or Mom, whoever, depending. Mom, this guy is fucking... He said he wanted to fuck my mom, and he said he wanted... My sister was a porn star. I'm so upset. I say, okay. What were you doing? We were playing Roblox. I say, okay.
Right.
And that
I say, okay. Don't play Roblox. Like, fucking, you're annoying. You got trolled and you're running to your dad? What? Bro, what are you doing? What are you talking about?
none of this would have happened had you not gone to bully him. This is not a situation
not troll
that you should have been put in. And I want you to also be able to defend yourself.
You know what you could do to defend yourself? Go back and release, like, go find, I don't know if you had a stream of you doing this. Just go find the stream of him doing it and put it up. Show it. Because from what Killick showed us, this kid started it. Killick didn't tell us, though. He showed us. He showed it to us. He just showed it to us. He just said, here, I'm going to show you the fucking stream. And I was like, oh, yeah, this kid's an asshole. That's it. He showed it to us. And you're going to tell us your interpretation. Your deluded interpretation. Killick had receipts, guys.
Of course. So to start off,
I already don't like the way your kid talks. It's very, very, very pompous. Very pompous. Very, very, I don't like it.
That Killick has been talking a lot on his streams. And regardless of what he's been saying on his channel, Killick was the one to start all of this drama on his channel.
This is like petty and pathetic that this is even a thing.
I don't want this to come off as I'm defending my son.
It does.
If my son was guilty as a Latina mother...
Shut the fuck up! Shut up with this Latina mother bullshit. Let me tell you something, okay? I was raised by a white mother, okay? But my mom had a lot of Latina friends. One of them was Jeannie, just like my aunt, like a second mother. All right, Jeannie was not afraid to beat the shit out of me if I ever did anything wrong. Okay? Don't talk to me about Latina mothers. You're sitting here defending your kid because he trolled another kid, and then we're having a fucking meltdown. That's what Latina mother. Shut up. Why does that have to do with anything? This is one of those weird things. Like, why are you bringing race into it? This is one of those things that made me feel like there was a racially motivated before. Because they felt the need in the description of the first video to bring up the fact that they can't be like racist or something along in that capacity because they're Latino or something. I forget exactly what it was. That's the message I got. All right, it was like let's see. They said something about, lastly, for those of you new to our family, we are Latino and proud of the Latino community. Let's stop with the excuses. Yeah, that's what they said. They made a point to say that it had nothing to do with their race. They said, we're Latino, so let's not make excuses. I guess people were talking about how it might have been racially motivated. I don't know. But, like, I don't know, bro. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to get rid of that. I don't know, dude.
As any parent, I would be the first person to hold my son accountable.
No, you
I
wouldn't.
have always said to my children, if you ever do something wrong...
Are you like getting him to cry now, too?
I will hold you accountable before
Wow.
the police hold you accountable.
Okay, why would the police get involved?
That's my job as a parent. I wanted you to state your case. I wanted us to provide the evidence so that...
He said one sentence, and then you cut the shit out of it. He didn't even say anything.
And people have it, so at least they have both sides of the story, because I don't want it to seem like, well, the AB family is silent. They must be guilty. That is not the case.
Well, no, what happened is Keemstar very lightly and politely called you out, and you guys are having a meltdown. That's what really happened.
Your first interaction with him is...
He says something about my sister. I've never talked to Killick in my life. This was 8 months ago. So I was in...
Wait, this was 8 months ago? Then what the fuck are we doing now? First of all, from that he showed is that what happened is that they were like 1v1ing in some fucking stupid Roblox game. Despite the fact that Killick was 10 levels lower than him and didn't have a bell. I don't even know what the fuck that means. He still won. So he had all of his fucking people, like his friends, come into the stream and start like in the chat they were saying shit to him, and then in the game they like dogpiled him and beat him up. That's what happened. So then this kid was like, "Oh, are you mad, bro? You mad, dude? Oh, let me look. Oh, this is EB brother. Oh, what's up, dude? I'm gonna go look at your family. Oh, your sister's hot. Your mom's hot. That is the basic explanation of what happened here." And they made a video saying that he was 19 and that he was a pedophile and a predator. It was fucking insane, even though he was 17. So like, what is this? What?
In a YouTube live stream with another verified creator. I was talking to him, and Killick continued to just spew a bunch of toxicity.
If this was 8 months ago, when the kid I think was still 16, by the way. Wait, if it's 8 months ago, I think the kid was still 16, which is even worse that you came up with 19. Why the fuck are you talking about it 8 months later? Honestly, it didn't bother you 8 months ago, and then why did you decide to talk about it now if this was 8 months ago? I don't even think it was 8 months ago. But like, why would you even talk about it if it was 8 months? Like, why, what is happening?
The same toxicity that he's saying right now about my sister. So this is the footage from 8 months ago, and this is what he said about my sister.
That's what we do now.
No, I didn't hide you.
That's what we do. You hit me. Yeah, you did, bro. You hit me, bro. Cause Gabriella B sucking on me.
Yo,
He taking BBCs, bro.
Yo, stop being so toxic, bro. Stop being so toxic, killer. Damn. Damn, this is just GPO beef, bro.
Wait. Okay. Hold on. If this actually happened, his response is, yo, stop being so toxic. It's just beef. I'm so confused. You're even admitting it.
Damn. This is just GPO beef, bro. You don't have to be like, actually.
I'm just saying, bro. Gabriella's sucking on balls.
I mean, this is inappropriate, of course.
It's the man's sister, it ain't. You don't need to say that. That's like.
Come on. Kill it, chill. I'm trying to see this movie more.
Listen, this is incredibly inappropriate. Let's acknowledge that. This is inappropriate. Like, let's not just double down with killing. This is inappropriate. But can we also acknowledge that this doesn't mean that the kid is a fucking rapist or a predator or a pedophile? That's the biggest part about this. You know, you have a 16-year-old kid being like really shitty and toxic. Okay? It's inappropriate. So it seems like from this, Killick may have started it based on this. Okay. It's shitty. I don't know what else to tell you though. Like still doesn't warrant the video that you made before this.
On balls.
Yes, this is what everything is about, by the way.
Talk about. Let's do this.
Calm down, bro.
Get quiet. Simple.
Alright, let's
And we gonna take your channel too.
No, just stop, bro.
So you can see that I never instigated anything with Killick. He was the first one to start all of this.
So why did you keep associating yourself with him for 8 months, is my question. So you have this kid who was saying like stuff about fucking your sister or whatever, right? Which is inappropriate for sure. We know it's online trolling and he doesn't like really mean it, or rather that like this is part of the online culture, whether you want to hear it or not. It needs to change. So 8 months ago, you were part of a Roblox thing, whatever, with the kid. Why did you associate yourself with him? Because later on, you went and like raided his stream like 8 months later. Why did you do that? Also, what's the pretext of that clip? Because now I'm curious. Why was he talking about you? Why did you come up? I'm assuming that you were all part of a similar Roblox community.
So I also understand that gaming can become sort of a heated place, but
Yes.
on these gaming platforms, there are tools to report people that you think are stepping out of line. So if
Right.
Killick thought that he was being attacked or harassed by me or anyone else, he should have taken those tools and used them to make sure that he reported.
This is an admission of guilt. What he's saying right now is, if I did something wrong, why didn't you call the police? That's what he's saying right now. That's what he's saying. It's a little ironic because they're trying to make this like liken this to rape. It's a little ironic. Do you want to know why he probably didn't report you? Because you guys trolled the shit out of each other. This is your part, bro. They're all part of the same Roblox like clique. Usually, people who belong to similar communities are like let's say a friend group rather. Usually, there's a reason you're friends. You probably were all toxic. He may have been the most toxic. He needs a little talking to. He might need a little spanking, right? He needs a little discipline. Doesn't need to be his entire platform being removed. Okay, this is still insane.
But he stepped out of line and
Sure.
he went to go talk about my sister and my family.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Anyone else, he should have taken those tools and used them by me stepping out of line. So if Killick thought that he was being attacked or harassed by me or anyone else, he should have taken those tools and used them to make sure that he reported. But he stepped out of line and he went to go talk about my sister and my...
This sounds like what he's saying is like, even though I showed you a clip that pushes a narrative that he started it, I actually started it. And if he thought that I did said something wrong or did something against the community guidelines, he should have reported it, not come after my mom or my sister. Is that not what that sounds like exactly word for word? Like, listen to that again.
are stepping out of line. So if Killick thought that he was being attacked or harassed by me or anyone else, he should have taken those tools and used them to make sure that he reported. But he stepped out of line and he went to go talk about my sister and my family.
Yeah, what he's saying to me is just, hey, I started it, and instead of reporting it, he gave it back to me, and now I'm upset. So I'm gonna take it to this level. Okay. So okay, you started it. You just admitted it to me that you started it. That's the reasonable assumption out of that of what that's being said there.
You never told us about any of this, and we've actually been very upset with you because you didn't tell.
Why would you be upset? What? Dude, if my kid told me about this, I'd tell him to shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something. If my kid came out and said, "Mom, Dad, the people on Roblox said that they wanted to fuck my mom and my sister," I'd say, go turn the game off. Literally, just, bro, if you get an online bully, turn the computer off, bro. Stop playing Roblox. Well, they're my friends. Well, then shut the fuck up and say something back to them. What are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Personalize this. Pretend that you have a kid. Do you think that this is news to you? Do you think that anybody cares? This is dumb. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
Tell us. We actually got footage from fans.
I don't care.
It's the fans that sent us this.
I don't have the capacity to deal with all these out of context footage fucking bullshit
stuff, because as they have in the last 10 years saying, you should see this, check this out. And so we actually came to you and said, what happened? Why didn't you tell us this? And you said, I thought I could handle it myself in the game, which, by the way, he couldn't even beat the kid being 10 levels higher. This makes sense now. Wait, it makes sense now. All of it makes sense now. It clicked to me. Okay, so Killick shows us a spot where they're doing a 1v1. It's Killick versus the fucking B, right? That's where we get here, okay? We got this. This is where we start, okay? He trolled him. Then Killick, after Killick won the 1v1, Killick was the victor, right? Killick was the victor of the 1v1. The B kid rated him. I think his stream as well as like his game. And they all gangbanged him. Which, by the way, in the last video, they tried to talk about how because Killick said something about how the daughter's a porn star and gets gangbanged, that must be some kind of sexual assault. Which means that if the brother gangbanging Killick in the game is also sexual assault by that logic. So basically, the brother, by their own logic, this isn't my logic, but by the B family's logic, the brother actually got his friends to go into a game and sexually assault him through a game. That's their logical line of choice. Just letting you know, okay? It's not true, because it's fucking ridiculous, but that's what their logical line is saying, right? And then he's like, yo, he talked shit about his mom and his sister, right? So now we have 8 months prior to this situation where Killick was saying toxic things about the mom and the sister here, right? But then the brother said something about like, well, if you felt that I was doing something wrong, you should have reported it, which to me is an admission of guilt. So the brother started it. So he started it. The B brother started it. So this is the timeline. This is the timeline that we've pieced together. It all still points back to the brother starting it. What a condescending douche thing to say. Well, if you thought that I was doing the wrong thing, why didn't you report it to the police? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. We solved the mystery. Scooby-Doo. Here's the Scooby bus. Here's the Scooby van. Got our Scooby snacks. Here we go. We solved mystery machine. Mystery mobile. We solved it. This is what happened. And then this leads us to today, where everybody's fake crying. Fucking ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I had no idea that these games can get so heated, and I get it. It's a lot of ego and toxicity in there, and people don't know how to deal with it.
Yes. Okay.
But at the end of the day, there's just certain things that you don't do. You don't go after people's family.
What does going after mean to you? Like, there's a difference between talking shit and going after somebody. Killick didn't show up to your house. He talked shit about you and said he wanted to fuck you. That's what he said, because he said he wanted to fuck the mom. That's not going after somebody. I don't know. I just don't. The verbiage is insane. Fucking Roblox, bro. You guys are fucking pathetic.
Member. This just goes to show why
we got to make sure we cut back to the girl so we can fake cry more.
Something really big has to happen for this to finally change for everyone. Because if I can't get justice for my daughter,
justice for what? What does justice look like to you? This kid losing his platform because your fucking son is an asshole?
daughter of the AB family. Imagine these other girls, what kind of justice they can get.
What, like, dude, what's happening here?
For girls who don't even have a platform online. Imagine.
Well, if they didn't have the platform, they probably wouldn't have been hearing it, but okay.
So we're not just doing this for you.
No.
We're doing this for everybody.
So altruistic. Thank you so much.
All I wanted to say is that our space on YouTube and my account, it's a safe space for everybody. And I don't want it to turn into a disgusting environment.
But it wasn't. This was your brother's space that he's cultivated through his toxic friends. And then he didn't tell you for 8 months. And then when you found out, you had a fucking absolute meltdown and you wanted to make content out of it because it got a lot of views.
I want people to feel safe when they watch my videos.
And that's
well, the problem with people feeling safe when they watch your videos is nobody watches your videos. So of course they'll feel safe. Listen, bro. I'm just saying, dude. What are we at? What's happening here? I mean, shut the fuck up. This is crazy.
why
We're
doing this, not just for ourselves, but to change the world.
Bro, they think that this is changing the world. Could you imagine that they think that this is changing the world? Oh, I didn't mean to cook that. They think that this is
the previous.
Oh, bro, come on.
I don't even like to call you guys fans.
This is changing the world to them. They're so fucking incredible. They're amazing. I thank you so much for doing nothing.
A comment, even with just a heart.
Sorry, I didn't get to the crying part yet.
And me beautiful messages. Family. All I want to say, the thing I want to do is lie to you guys, but followers feel bad for them. I just like never really
To cry, we have to let those emotions.
the thing is like crying isn't
Whoa.
I don't know how far I skipped.
interesting environment. I want
I
people
think
to
I
feel
got
safe
here.
when
I was
they
here.
watch my videos.
Okay.
And that's why we're doing this, not just for ourselves, but to change the world.
Yeah, nobody really watches your videos on your channel. Like, you barely post on there. You have one from 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago. You don't really post. I think you guys are dying, and that's okay. I think the problem is people are like, wow, these people are really just like, I don't know. This rubber duck feels racist. Anyway, I think people are just realizing that there's no depth to any of you, and you guys got famous on a 5-second platform, and you guys can't carry it over to anything longer than that because you're boring. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but what are you talking about? What's happening here?
Hold on, I don't want to cry because I don't want.
Is that like a there's something about this duck. I don't know, bro. It looks, I guess, is it supposed to be James Brown as a duck? I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know how I'd feel about that. I don't know, dude. I just don't. What am I supposed to do with this information? What is this? I probably wouldn't buy the duck. I don't know. Maybe I would. Listen, if I was going to buy this duck, I would have been like, I probably should not put this in a video. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, dude. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I'm just harping on the duck too much.
I want to like appear weak.
Whoa, crying is not weak, Gabby.
No, but like the thing is like crying isn't weak.
Crying isn't weak unless you're crying about this. Then it's weak. It's pathetic.
It's not weakness. We have to cry. We have to let those emotions out and not trap them in. You have to.
But I've just like never.
Why did you want us to see this? Like, all of this is intended to be shown. Like, this isn't an unedited fucking play or whatever. This is like what's happening, and they want us to see. Whoa, Gabby, you crying isn't weak. This is like an episode of fucking, what is that called? That show called My Little Pony. What is this? The Rugrats? No, Tommy, it's okay to cry, but Chucky, you know what I mean? Like, what's happening? What is this?
Weakness. We have to cry. We have to let those emotions out and not trap them in. You have to.
I've just like never really agreed with people who like cry on social media and like make their followers feel bad for them. I don't want to
Well, then why are you doing that? Because you're doing it with that specific intention.
guilt trip you guys. Like the last thing I want to do is lie to you guys, but this is how I really feel. And
Hurry up, 'cause I'm
all I
falling
want to
asleep.
say is thank you. I'm so grateful for my family and
I'd be not very grateful for this family, bro. Holy moly.
my supporters who are constantly sending me beautiful messages, and I'm sorry
That's
I can't
so nice.
respond to all of you, but I'm so grateful.
Well, why not? You guys like feed into the parasocial relationship of being family. Respond to all the comments, bro. Why not?
And you have no idea how much
Respond to
a
all.
comment, even with just a heart, does for me. And knowing that there's people who have my back really mean a lot to me. And so just knowing that I have a really supportive fan base. I don't even like to call you guys fans because it like gives me this weird like ego feeling that I'm bigger than you guys and that
it's good that you're at least see, this is the good stuff. Like, she's admitting the truth to us. Yeah, you're my fans. I'm bigger than you. I genuinely think that she feels that way. But she knows you're not supposed to feel that way. You know?
you guys are like my little like
They're really
fans.
like family.
No, you guys are my
And so in the
family
last video,
members.
I said,
Yeah, guys, you're not just my fans. You're my family. I would call you fans, but that'll give me an inflated ego. But if I call you my family, then you think that I think you're important, and you're not. Listen, they don't care about any of you outside of the fact that you're a follower and you're a view. That's why they're hamming this situation up, because it's the most views they've gotten in like years. That's the reality, whether you want to hear it or not. That's actually what's happening. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
you know, you guys, some of you see our kids as niece and
Like
nephew
brothers and
brothers.
sisters.
And someone said, well, that's just creepy. That's
Very
weird.
inappropriate to play into it. It is creepy and weird because you're playing into the fucking manipulation of the parasocial relationship.
No, it's not, because when you come from a dysfunctional family and we don't talk to any of our relatives,
That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that you don't talk to any of your relatives. You guys are fucking assholes. It just makes this makes a lot of sense to me.
from a dysfunctional family, and we don't talk to any of our relatives, cousins, anything, we have a chosen family. We have friends.
Why don't you talk to your relatives? Is it that you don't talk to them or they don't talk to you? I feel like you probably think you're better than everybody, and so that's why you don't talk to them. Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me, man, because you guys are assholes.
Who we see as family, and cousins who are not blood relatives.
Wait, but you won't even respond to the comments. So if you're not responding to the positive messages, you don't talk to this family either. So you don't even talk to the family that you, I mean, I guess they are like a family to you, because family means nothing to you, I guess.
But they are our chosen family.
Yeah.
And so
Right,
our
right.
internet people, the community that we created, you are our chosen family.
Hey, what happens when this all fades up for you guys? Like, what happens when you guys fall off and nobody cares about you anymore and you fade into irrelevancy? I have a backup plan for that, because, like, you know what? Social media is fleeting. I'll go back and I'll get a real job. Maybe I'll get become like a welder. Something like that. Maybe I'll go back and I'll drive buses again. It was fine. I have no problem going back into the real world. What's your contingency plan? Because your daughter is not going to be anybody in a few years. By the time she's 18, this is not really going to matter so much. People are going to be over it. There's not going to be like a generational viewership of this particular person, you know? You should probably, what's she going to school for? I'm hoping that it's like something good. The son too, because I mean, bro, do you think any gamer is going to want to watch this kid's gaming channel now after he fucking cried about about this whole fucking shit? Because this is what happens. You know, these toxic troll kids are going to be like, wow, you went to your mom and dad? Fuck you, bro. Not watching anymore. You know, that's what they're going to say, bro. I don't blame them, but, you know.
Yeah, you guys are, like, before I wanted to end this video, I wanted to just say thank you. Like, just thank you for all of the endless love that I'm getting, and that you guys outweigh all of the hate, and that there's so many of you.
Then why are you crying? People tell me to kill myself too. I laugh. But they're not even telling you to kill yourself. They're just not. They're just getting upset over 8-month-old drama.
There's so much love that I'm just so overwhelmed, and not even overwhelmed. I'm just so grateful.
Next video addressing Papa Gut. Come at me. Take all my videos and take them out of context. Because the difference between me and Killick is that, like, I'm not a 17-year-old boy that's gonna get upset when I get called out, and like when you attack people with their fans. I'll just sit here and laugh. I'll say thank you for the new followers. Boom. Then I'll have to talk to my YouTube rep and say, listen, watch the videos yourself, bro. This shit's fucking insane.
That I have such a supportive follower base. Thank you.
Can you stop pretending to cry? Hurry up.
Thank you. I love you so much, and I'm so grateful for you guys. And thank you so much for being there for me. Like, my followers being there for me is the same feeling as my family being there for me.
That's incredible.
And so,
well, you said that they are your family, so that would make sense.
not only thank you for protecting me, but thank you for protecting the other women in the world who go through the same thing. And so don't only leave positive messages.
Well, like women in third world countries that are born and have their genitals mutilated? Are you like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very first world. It is a problem in general, but it's also a very first world problem. And you're overreacting. And so, like, stop trying to pretend like there's some kind of like singularity. Like all women are like, oh my god, yeah, my edgy brother his friend would always talk about fucking me. You know, just shut up.
Messages from me. Also support the other women who don't have platforms, and create an outlet for women to be protected.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Just remember, Gabby,
Wow, she's pretending to cry now too. This is incredible acting. Actressing? How do you say that? It's acting, I think, right? Just the fact that we call women actresses, that's the real sexism, guys. I'm going to call that out for you guys, not for myself, but for all the women in the world. Got to start using gender-neutral terms. I think actress would probably be good for that. Because we don't want to be invalidating a woman and saying that it's like an actress thing, you know what I mean? It's all one thing. You know?
our family has always been a source of light in the world. And where the light is really bright, the darkness is also equally as powerful.
I don't know, bro. You got the really light white people versus the really dark, evil black person. I don't know, dude. Listen, it just feels like that to me. And I can't explain it. You really have to watch the videos because there's something fucking there. You know, this is the first time in my entire life. Like, okay, so obviously as like a political and social, like, commentator and drama too, but I've had conversations with like black people before and like they'll tell you shit and you just don't get it. They'll explain a story. Like Blackbird would come in and be like, yeah, man, you explain a story to me. And I'd be like, I just don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. You know, you just don't get it. Because it's just like something, it's hard to communicate to somebody who doesn't get it. And I still don't get it. But I'm feeling like this is that feeling they're talking about a little bit. Except I can't identify with it because I'm fucking white as hell. White as snow. You know what I mean? It just feels a little racially motivated, but you can't prove it. See, this is one of those interesting, we talk about this all the time on our platform. When we watch we watch those videos, those like fake Dhar Mann videos that are like super, where the white person is super actively racist. They're like, you're this, that, and the other thing. And they say racial slurs. And you're like, yeah, that's a race. But that's not what racism looks like. Racism doesn't really look like active racism anymore. It does sometimes. But those aren't really the most dangerous, like, racist people. The most dangerous racists are the people who know what they're not supposed to say. You know what I mean? They're the ones that are like, I know exactly what I need to say and not to say. And I might just be speculating incorrectly. But I don't know, bro. It just feels like I haven't showered in like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. That's how dirty it feels. It just feels that way, bro. The unnecessary use of bringing up that they're Latino and like, I don't know, like all the I don't know, this fucking where the hell is it? This thing, shut the hell up. This thing here, I don't know, bro. It's just all these little things. The fucking like the darkness and the light and all these like weird metaphors. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base today. I don't know.
So don't forget that there is so much light here. There's also a lot of darkness because there's always that battle that never ends in this world. And every time something
we call that systemic racism.
Good is about to happen, something bad is trying to stop it. So don't forget that, Gabby, okay? In the end, the truth and what is right and righteousness always wins.
How long until you think Gabby's going to try to make music? Or she already did. Oh, okay. Well, okay, I'm stupid. I kept hearing that. I didn't process that. Okay. I didn't even think about it. How's it going for you? Great. Okay, well, there's another dog shit video from the B family really hamming this up and overreacting to it to try to make themselves seem like some kind of victim.